Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is Jennifer Squires and here we make, paint, create, sew and have fun. Today we're back with another resin video and today we are going to make some D&D dice. I don't know how to play D&D, but I would like to. It seems like a lot of fun. It seems like a tabletop version of, from what I understand, one of those Goosebumps choose your own adventure type deals. So I have bought some dice mold from wish.com, which I have since learned is kind of a no-no in the dice making community, but I'm not planning to sell any of these. I'm just going to make a set for my brother because he made me an awesome key on his resin printer, the Key of Erebor. Now I have made a few dice sets just to practice. So I have made a set with a purple flower and gold leafing inside, and I have made a set coloured with food dye, and I made some little maggots out of polymer clay. But I've kind of got the process down of how to fix voids and everything like that. So the plan is for my brother to make him sort of a semi-translucent black dice with a bit of silver leafing inside it, and then for the numbers I'm going to ink it like a dark blood type red, because the red and black combo is something that he really likes. So I have since learned a lot more about resin safety since my last video. So I have a respirator, I have nitrile gloves, I have proper alcohol inks, and so I've got all my molds ready, my mixing things ready, and so now I'm going to safety up and make these dice. Let's start by putting on our nitrile gloves. These are powder free on the inside, so they're not going to go all weird when your hands eventually get sweaty. I have a respirator which is rated for fumes. I'm now going to start measuring out my resin. My resin that I use is the Ribtex 2-part epoxy resin, which is a 1:1 by volume. So I'm going to measure out 2 equal parts of part A and part B. After making sure I have 2 equal amounts of part A and part B, I am now pouring it into a larger, clear, transparent mixing cup, and I will mix this for 2 to 3 minutes until there is no streaking. It is completely clear and beautiful, and there's minimal bubbles. Now that everything is mixed, I'm going to use my alcohol ink. I'm going to start off with 1 drop and see where that gets us, if that gets us to the transparent black I have envisioned. So it's not quite dark enough, so I'm going to add in 2 more drops. This is looking really good, so I'm happy with the color now. The next step is that I'm going to add in silver leafing to create what looks like metal pieces inside the dice, which I have fondly been calling murder dice, but they don't actually have aluminium shards in them. because that would tear my molds and I don't know where to get those. This is looking really cool. It looks beautiful with little flecks of metal in it. So I'm going to half or 1/3 fill each of my molds, and then I'm going to place the lids on and then use a pipette to fill them up the rest of the way. These molds are interesting because they have a little lip that the lid sits in, so it doesn't just lay on top, it actually kind of clips in a way, and that stops the lids from falling off if you accidentally knock these dice mold, which is easy to do because they are really small. Some of these lids are more difficult to get on than others because of the amount of corners that are on these. But once I have all of the lids on my molds, I set them inside a container and I intentionally overfill my dice molds so that when they cure, it kind of sucks down a bit so that I hopefully don't get any voids or bubbling. But if I do, I found out it's quite easy to repair, so I'm just going to overfill all of my dice molds now. Okay, everything has been sitting for 24 hours and now it is time to unmold everything. This is the part that I get so excited and so nervous about because you can't see really what's going on the inside. But one thing I do is when all of these little pieces on the top, the flashing around the edges, the little extra pieces, I keep those and I put them in a little jar, and hopefully when I've built up, you know, a range of different colours and things, my hope is to cast some kind of stained glass type dice set with all of these little flecks of different coloured dice and chips from different resin castings that I've done that's all just been recycled and reused. Okay, so we have two dice here, I don't know if you can see very well, focus, that have some holes that didn't fill properly. This one just has a little one, so we're going to make up a teeny tiny bit of resin, fill those and put the lids back on, and then let those sit. And while these are setting, I will trim up these. Okay, let's paint in these numbers, which I have since learned is called inking in. I don't know why, because most of the time most people, I think, use paint. But I leant heavy into the whole murder dice theme and went for a dark kind of blood red colour. And red is one of my favourite... Red is one of my brother's favourite colours, and this dice set is for him, after all. So we're leaning heavy into the whole murder dice and we're going to paint in our numbers. To ink in our numbers, we're actually going to kind of overfill or overpaint the area where our numbers are, and then we're going to wipe away the excess with our fingers, and it should leave the number area filled in. And then I go through after all the numbers are cleaned up and just wipe all the surfaces with a little bit of acetone to get anything that remains on the face of the die. And here are our completed dice. Don't they look so cool? I'm so pleased with how they turned out, and I really hope that Tim likes them. Now here is a satisfying slow motion roll of the dice. There we go. That's how I made D&D dice for my brother. I gave them to him and he seemed to really enjoy them. He's put them up on his shelf. He's got a whole room in his house full of 3D printers and resin printers and things, and they're on his shelf of cool stuff. So that makes me happy. I hope it makes you happy. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends, whatever you want to do. Help us please our algorithm overlords, and I'll see you next time.